Here we are on the 12th of December, 2022. 1212 gateway, I guess you could call that. Gives us 24, plus 6 is 30. 30 is silver in the Archangel Metatrons Self-Mastery Oracle. And it talks about being a warrior in Metatron's army. And yeah, so bring it on. Let's go see what the war is all about. Well, and I should go back to the tarot numerology. So 30 is obviously above 22, so we have to reduce it to below, and we do that by adding the two numbers together. 3 plus 0 is 3. 3 is the Empress. And I'm sad to say that I missed my call with my Empress, Yara Kachina. So I hope that she's doing well and that we speak tomorrow, if possible. Anyway, moving on. Well, I should actually talk about the Empress a little bit. Of course, now, like the Emperor, she is the divine female. She's bringing that to the table. She's also sovereign being. She's fecundity. She's fertility, right? She's grace, beauty. She's got it all going on, right? Grace, beauty, power. Hey, what more could a woman want? Well, you might want a lot of things. I don't know. I can only imagine. And I got a fairly good imagination, I guess. Alrighty, here we are looking at the amplitude. We have 12 and 15. The 12 came in right at 7. So 7 is the chariot, swift movement towards the hangman, which is halt of action, change in perspective, and self-sacrifice, or sacrifice, self-inflicted or otherwise. Though it's better to be self-sacrificing, because then you're not in victimhood, you're just doing it out of the largesse of your heart, my friends. It's good to sometimes, halt our action. The chariot is also about choosing a direction, and sometimes we have to stop and look at the map and decide, do we take this? Does this path get us closer to where we want to go, or does that path, though it looks it's going the other way, actually end up going a much easier path, because this one's straight up the mountain, and we know that we're on the other side of that mountain, and there might be a better way to get around that mountain. Don't know. Yeah, see how my imagination works. Then we go to the big amplitude of the day, the 15 there, and that came in at 9:30. So again, we have 12. Again, the stop. Let's change our perspective on 15. The devil. The devil is in the details. The devil in Prada. The devil in the deep blue sea. There's a lot of adages that go that way. We're talking about obsession, addiction, being a slave to all those things. Let's see, the devil. Well, you know, sometimes it's not that bad. We're just being devilish, a little, the bad boy syndrome, right? The biker or the soldier, you know, or the mercenary. Those are really bad boys. Because they're doing it not because they are protecting their family, community, and state, but just out there for the money. And money isn't bad necessarily, but it is a symbol of energy, right? Power. Alrighty, 15 for the amplitude of the power. The amplitude's power is 15 for the high. The quality power is 11.50, which is pretty high for quality, I'm just going to say. And that comes to 7, or we could add it together and get 16, the tower. 11 plus 5, doing it that way. Would be 16, and it still comes to 7, right? But 16 is a different look at it. Let's see how that works. So the tower would work better than the chariot there. It just seems to me. So I'm going to go with it. The tower, it's a tower moment, which is change in a way. It's sudden change, right? The tower is struck by lightning and people are falling out of it. And, yeah, not a good time if you're in the tower or if it's your tower. Well, unless you were the guys that owned the Twin Towers of the that whole complex there, where they got you know, and they had a lot of insurance, and just in case something like an inside job blew up their building. Yeah, I said that. It's just a theory. It's just a theory. 8.09 hertz for the high frequency. This is the one we need to pay attention to, folks. This is the one that correlates directly to us. This is the averages here are correlate to our alpha state or a meditative state. It's kind of getting in tune with Mother Nature here and her heartbeat, right? Her frequency. So 8.09 hertz for the high, 7.33 hertz for the low. Combined, that gives us the 1542, which is 7.71, which is 15, the devil. So the tower is surrounded by the devil. The devil to the left of me, the devil to the right of me. I got no place to go but ahead or back. And we can't go back because we're in our chariot and we're moving forward. Let us get moving. Okay, we got going over here to space weather and looking at the sun. I guess we could call that a coronal hole or a coronal lightning strike. I don't know what the heck. Let's click on here and see what Ben has to say about this. There we go. Davidson, I think is his name, Ben Davidson.
Good morning, folks. We'll have a look at the sun, an earthquake, solar climate forcing, and Earth's changing magnetic field, where we'll see one good point made, and then the need for a schooling of an alleged world expert. But let's start with our star and find a day of quieter activity. We certainly have an uptick in sunspots, but not in solar flares. On the south, we see a dark coronal hole incoming, but it might be too far south to impact the Earth. Small filament release out ahead of it.
Okay, so he's not calling that a a coronal hole, so I guess I shouldn't either. So we've got a. Actually, I thought that was puffing off on this way, so this might be another CME coming off the back side of the sun, so to speak. And it looks like it's a class M, or it could be a class X. I don't know. That's a pretty big CME coming off the back side of the sun there. Let's see what it does to the X-rays. Actually, the X-rays, there were no 5-angle flips in here, so I guess we're okay here in the X-rays, even though it looks pretty chaotic. The density is up above the 10 protons per whatever. We'd say we're in the range of 11 to 12, possibly, right there. The solar wind speed is in the 450 to 500 range, I would say there. And the temperature is up, way up. 10 to the whatever there. I can't read that. If you can, good on you. Huh, that's odd. Let's do a little refresh, because I think I've procrastinated too late, and then we can go to the, yep, we got the whole day in there. Alrighty, so we start with the 3, almost, not quite, but close to 3. Then we go to 1. Then we go to almost none, but there's still a little bit there. We're just a little bit, but we do that for 1, 2, 3. So 9 hours. So that's to 3, that's to 6, and this is from 6 noon, 3, 6. So from 6 to 6. Well, is that right? No, 6, 9 hours to 6, 15 hours would be 3. So, no, wait, because we're starting at 6. So 6, 9, noon, 3. Okay, yeah, 3. And then we go to a half. Then we go to a little bit more than 1. Actually, if we took the more than 1 there and put it over here, it'd probably end up, they were both 1. But, we didn't do that. And then we go to a half. So all is calm, is what I can say. I am a little concerned about these really low areas here. The reason we have this like this, why it isn't up at least at a 1, is because of the weakening magnetic field that we are experiencing right now. Yeah, it's beginning to be concerning. Let's see, we watched that, watch this. And coming back to my spaceship here. You see Earth in the background there. The sun is coming up. It's right behind me. Not sure what I would. Well, let's just seems it's Monday. Let's just take a look at what the week's going to bring us. Okay, folks, we'll do that. We're going to use the Light Seers Tarot. Just get a gander into the energies of today and the next week. Wonder what the Twitter files are revealing. What Matt Taibbi's, he must be into the 30s. And I wonder about well, what is it? What is the next week going to bring us? That's what I want to know, right? That's what we want to know, right? For the collective, what's in store for us in the coming week here? We'll break it into Monday through Wednesday, and then Wednesday to next Monday. So put them cards down, cut them. Let's see what we got going here. So, querient, or where we're at right now. Is 20, the judgment card. So we're at the changing of the aeon. We're at the crux, the clarion call, right? The trumpet's call. We're coming into it, and let's see what is it? What is it we're dealing with here? And we've got the 6 of Pentacles. So, and in the past here we have the Queen of Swords. So the Queen of Swords, this would, if, this is a strong woman, a woman of a sharp tongue, could be, who knows her mind, a woman that knows her mind. So we could look at that as Mother Nature. And Judgment. Let's see here. We're doing the Kachina knife here, folks, just for this is the spread we're using here. Let's just go ahead and get the cards laid out there, and then we'll look at the relationships. All right, now we got all our cards out there. See if we can discern what the hell's going on here. So, Judgment mitigated by the Hermit and the 6 of Pentacles. Well, the first of the week here, we could hear some judgments. We could hear something. We're certainly going to hear something from the Twitter files, right? There's going to be more revelations of the excesses of Twitter under the previous management ownership. And the Hermit and then the 6 of Cups or 6 of Pentacles. So that's where there's an exchange of funds there. Either as we were getting in the Hangman there, a sacrifice. You're doing it to help somebody. So that, and this would go into that judgment. Why do we do things of generous things, right? Is so that we'll have a good judgment about us. People think kindly of us, right? That's the underlying energy of that. So, well, it could be that you're coming into that. I'm a little concerned about the Queen of Swords up there. We can think of a couple of different women that it might pertain to. Kareem, somebody or whatever, the press secretary of Biden. She's got a kind of a sharp tongue. But then judgment. Okay, looking into the future here, I don't know if I can give you any more clues on this, other than we've got something that's we're going to have to decide upon. We need to use our inner wisdom in making that decision, especially when it comes to dealing with funds, or what we're going to tithe to, what we're going to give to, right? Starting next week, we're starting with the Seven of Wands. So that's and in this case, she's meditating on a bunch of punji. She's on her meditation pillow there, and it's being supported up on a bunch of punji sticks, right? Really sharp sticks coming up. That's the wands. So rather precarious place to be doing it, just gonna say, but that is a good thing to do. Anytime you can go into that, take pause and calm yourself down, even when you're in a dire situation, that's good. That's a good thing. That's the way to handle it, is to take that deep breath and let it all go, and then think of things in a more rational way than out of fear or anything like that. Um, and then we have in the middle there, mitigating it all, is the Hangman. And we end with the King of Wands. We have a lot of major arcana here, I'm just going to say. Some big changes, big things going on here, especially with that Judgment card. Seven of Wands. And King of Wands. So we're going to be in the later part of the week. We're going to have some difficulties. Maybe our inspiration is going to come through difficulty. When I think about the Seven of Wands and other tarot decks, that it's usually they're kind of blocking her. Usually she's depicted as having her eyes blindfolded, but not very well, and kind of loosely bound. And along the way, maybe I'm mistaking the wands. a different one. I am. So never mind. Wands, though, they're about inspiration, right? The Hangman, that's about changing your perspective of looking at things from a different view. And the King of Wands is an inspired leader, right? This would be a Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius male. See if we can identify which sign that would be. Well, we've got the lion in the background, so this is a Leo male. Yeah, I'm not sure who that would be. I can't really identify it. But if you know of a Leo male, then you may be interacting with this person towards the end of the week. Are they gonna give me anything here? Overall, I guess what we're seeing here is that we're gonna have our best bet is going to be going within and trying to look at things a little bit differently, because we're going to be presented with difficult ideas and be called to take inspired action. Or, yeah, inspired action is what we're going to be called to do in the end of the week. And, in the middle of the week, we still have that introspection, that inner, with the hermit, we're still going within. The judgment is kind of saying that we're going to see some big changes out there, a big, there's a couple different court cases. Supreme Court is looking at whether they're going to look at this Branson brothers, the trumpeters case. We've got the Twitter files that Elon Musk has hired or is given to Matt Taibbi to distribute out there, or to comment upon. And let's see, there's a lot of things that we could be judging, that there might be judging upon, right? We might be judging upon. It just occurred to me that there might be some things that we might be presented in the here in the first part of the week, where we might, feel like we have a judgment on. Maybe some pedo rapists are going to get revealed, or we know that there are 7 or 8 of the Epstein client list is being released. I would imagine it's probably all people that have passed, so that they don't have any issues, or it doesn't matter now that they're passed. We can sully their names, which they should have sullied. I'm not going to deny that they shouldn't. Anyway, I would say that things are. That's 7 of Wands. She's meditating, right? It doesn't really seem that bad. It's just we're just a little worried about her, whether. But she might be light enough to where she's not going to push those through the cushions. I don't know. It's just not it's rather precarious in that sense. But we have the King of Wands, so I mean, it looks positive in the end, right? Strong Leo male coming to the rescue at the end of the week. Well, actually, if you're maybe you're that strong, you've got that strong Leo male within you too. That could be. It could come around so many different ways when we're dealing with the collective out there, right? But there is some concern at the beginning of the week here about judgment. So the advice, though, is to go within and find your inner wisdom. So there you go, folks. Have a good rest of the day and a good week.